Hey everybody, welcome to Zine Cuisine, your everything channel about zines. How many times can I say zines in one episode? We should probably count one time. Well, maybe not with this one. Maybe. I say it a lot. So anyway, today's mini episode. I say mini. Why is it mini? Oh, because we're going to talk about how to make tiny little zines. Look at this little guy. This is my little friend Gwenpool, and she's got a tiny little zine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make tiny little zines. They're so precious, and all your action figures can have one. So, So let's get to it. What you're going to need, and this is from a PC standpoint. I do not own a Mac. I own a Windows-based computer, and I do love it. Don't try to switch me to Mac. I love my computer. It's great, and it does everything I need it to do. So if you're at a library or at school or something like that, you probably find a PC or a friend that can do this. I do have our friend Steven trying to figure out how to do it on a Mac. I think he said you can do it within a couple bits of software. But it's pretty easy to do on a PC, so I'm going to show you that way because that's the way I know. First you're going to need is a one-page zine. So what I have here is one of our in-house one-page zines. This one's all about songs that mean something to me. So we're going to take a bunch of different of these. I've scanned all of our one-page zines because I do a lot of that printing here in-house. So we're going to take that and we're going to make a bunch of them on a color piece of paper. So, ready? Let's do it. So, what we're going to do here today is we're going to show you how to take your photos on a PC. This is my window. And you're going to go and make 9 zines to one page, which is great for Barbies, which is great for Monster High dolls, and action figures. So if you're going to be doing a display or you do miniatures, this is kind of like the perfect size. So we're going to go into our zines, and we have a zine thing with all of our one page. This works best on one page zines. You don't want to have to staple these things. It makes it easier if you don't have to. So we've already selected 9 zines. These are full color ones. And I'm going to go and hit right click on just one of them once you selected it. Right click and print. This is the built-in utility that Windows has. Again, if you have a Mac, please tell me if this is something you can do. And you're going to scroll down to Wallet. Contact sheet is just that, contact sheet, and it's great for small images if you're going to print something out. But Wallet is kind of perfect. This one right here is great if you're going to be doing American Girl or something like that. But it doesn't really work for action figures. So Wallet is where it's at. You can see you do all these tiny little ones, little babies, little zine babies. Okay, and you're gonna hit print. We're gonna go ahead and print, and we're gonna have some, and we're gonna cut them up, and we're gonna have some fun. Alright, it's taking its grand old time because my printer likes to take some time once it's actually getting the information. So we're going to go ahead and scooch over to that. Okay, so we got our sheet here, and you can see it is 9 little zines. We were going to do one on colored paper, but I figured let's let the old Epson do its stretch and actually do fine color. That's one thing. If you have a cheap printer, the quality is on detail is not going to be nearly as good as far as inkjet. A little word about that is the old printer I used to have, the detail was pretty good until I got this Epson, the Workforce. the miniatures I can actually read. I can actually read them. So it does make a big difference. If you have laser does pretty good too. I would not suggest doing this on like some sort of specialty odd printer because you're just going to waste a lot of ink. And this is kind of like a little toy, you know? So I don't know if you can see, but you can actually see like this whole comic. So you did pretty good. So what you're going to do next is, since it already does a border, you're going to make sure you cut that. You can use a paper trimmer if you want. We're going to get a little crafty with some cheap old Dollar Tree scissors because that's all I could find. And you can generally see, we're going to do the fruit one first. You can generally see what side, where the lines are. Boop. I know, all these sound effects I make when I'm cutting things. You should see me in day-to-day life. I make sound effects for everything. I really possibly need help for sound effects. It might be a tick. I don't know. So, trimming. Boop. Trimming. So now I've got one. And this one is, this one's called Objects Are Cuter with Faces. So, it's a little mini. Whoop. There we go. So, just like any one-page zine, what you're going to do is you're going to fold it long ways first. Let me trim this real quick because I just messed that up. There we go. You're going to trim it long ways first, folding. There you go. Fold long ways like you do with a one-page zine. You're literally making a miniature one-page zine. So I folded it long ways. Now I'm going to fold the fat ways. Boop. Once. Make sure you get your creases really, really good. So folding it that way. Then I'm going to open it up, and my nails are horrid. I am so sorry. I don't know what a manicure is. I work in a kitchen and I work with heavy cleaners, so that's the way the cookie crumbles. So what now I'm doing now is I'm folding it once in. It gives me better creases when I'm folding a little booklet if I give much more concise creases. So folding. And like I said, make sure those lines are nice and crisp. Boop, 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 I hope you're enjoying the music that I chose to overlay with. So, doing that, alright. Now that I've gotten all that done, now my lines are nice and creased, super awesome. I'm going to re-unfold it and just fold it the fat ways again. So that way, just like with one-page zines, you have that nice little crease you can cut along. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut right along that line to the inside. Ooh. And a little magic. So now it is a perfect little tiny zine for, I mean, you can do this for a dollhouse even. You could use that tinier one, the much smaller version, and you might want to go through and redo a few of the lines to make it really nice and crisp. But if you want to use that much smaller one, go ahead and use that one. You could do like dollhouse, like tiny little dollhouse, or you can make like a zine for ants. Blue Steel? No? Okay. Maybe I'm the only one who actually loves that movie. Just making sure all the lines and it folds up nicely, because the last thing you want to do is make the lines look horrid. With this paper, it's a little harder to fold. Just like if you're doing something smaller with cardstock, it's a little harder. You don't get your lines exactly perfect when you're folding. But here we go. Ooh, there's the camera. Boop. Let's do that little thing that all the kids do. Oh, there we go. Check it out. Ooh. All right. So that's how you make tiny little zine babies. And I hope you take these little zine babies and you share them everywhere because, you know, they're great and they're tiny and they're little so precious. This is a great way to give away something that's maybe got one good image on them per page, because you really do lose. You probably can see how tiny they are, you know. They're very small, S-M-O-L. So, definitely share those. They're great. It's super easy to do with a Windows-based computer because it's already, the software's built in. A little bit of news. We're going to be getting back to some reviews next week. I do have a backlog of some zines to go through, and I've just had a lot of double shifts with work, so it's been a little crazy. Let's see, what else? We have a field trip coming up to Wilmington, to UNCW. And with me, UNCW has this whole thing about zines. And we're going to be doing an interview. Really excited about that. We are going to be doing turn and burn. So it's going to be a whirlwind one-day trip, about like 5 hours or so away and back. Poor David. Poor David. Hill City Zine Fest is coming up, so really excited about that. There's something else I really wanted to tell everybody. Oh, that's right. We have Filmora on the computer. Learned a new software this past week or so in my little odd time between work and everything. And as you've noticed, the title is new. Going with that one, got a new phone, so I have a better camera. Eventually, I still think we want to go in the way of a GoPro. So, you know, would love to get a GoPro. I think it would really help when we go do Zine Fest and whatnot. So there's that. You know, I still use the camera on the phone. We have the Note 10 now, which I love. Love this phone. The camera is so much better, and being able to use this little pen right here to hit the button so I'm not plonking with my big fat hobbit fingers is amazing. Anyway, if you like it, tell me if you like the intro, you know, all the little extra quirks I'm able to add in there. Go ahead and subscribe, hit like, comments. I love comments. I even love hater comments because they're hilarious. So go ahead and subscribe. Hit that little bell down below so you can get all the, you know, updates and all that good stuff from us. So from me and from Gwenpool, who is attempting to read Country Gnomes, bon appetit. See you next time. This is exactly what I was talking about. I don't need to keep on hitting that button, and I keep on hitting the stupid button. Boop.